little Sith Lords, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Darth Jeswick, and today we're building at Fledermaus Bend in Forgotten Hollow. I've been wanting to do some spookier builds, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity to do that. It is spooky season, it's October 1st. I like playing with vampires in the game. I also like playing with spellcasters. Vampires and spellcasters are kind of like my two favorite occults to play in the game. Like, I never really use mermaids or aliens, or even like the werewolves, because they just get enraged and destroy everything, and then I have to buy them all new stuff, and I don't like doing that all the time. I wanted this house to blend into the surroundings, so I kind of did these like weird curved roofs that kind of look very like Victorian style, and this blood red brick from, I think, Cottage Living. At first I wanted to have this like funky shaped patio on the front, and then I ended up having a bunch of issues with the ceiling or the roof clipping into the side of the house, and I couldn't fix it, so I just deleted it and then put a square patio on the front. I think it was because I may have accidentally deleted a wall and made it not a room, so the game wasn't seeing it as like an indoor space, so it just had the roof inside of it. I'm not really sure. But I created a mezzanine level above it instead. We're just working on the kitchen here. I'm using these tiles from the, I want to say, Courtyard Oasis kit. And these tiles are really cool. They actually have like corner pieces and like a side tile that you could put up against the wall to make it look a little bit nicer and cleaner, and that's what I did. Although we don't really need a kitchen because it's a vampire and vampires don't eat, but I did want to put one in just for looks. And then I created this like little parlor area off to the side and use a platform just so that your Sims can like step up into it, and creates like a little bit of more dynamic space for your vampires to live in. I put in the pipe organ that comes with vampires, as well as this cute little bar. I think the bar is from vampires, and these chairs are from Realm of Magic, because for some reason we didn't get matching bar stools with this pack. And then in this little like turret, I put a chess table and some bookshelves just so your Sims can come in here and read. I'm not sure if they can actually access that bookshelf, but I do think I end up switching it around with the chairs that are kind of sitting there, so they should be fine just to read in that little nook there. But we are now in the living room. I put these purple sofas in here from vampires. I like this chair, and I never really have like a use for it because it's set up very high. So I end up switching it with the longer like lounge chair, and I think that fits a little bit better in the build. And then I used these big long curtains like everywhere. I used a bunch of Strangerville windows. We don't really have like these nice pointy windows in the Vampire pack that were like nice and decent size, so I used the Strangerville windows. And then we're moving on to the nursery here. We actually got a lot of babies with this stuff, and I think that's because we have a new lot trait with the Vampires pack. It's like the on dark ley line lot trait, and it makes it more likely that your Sims are going to be pregnant with vampire babies and multiples of vampire babies. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little off there. I think I'm getting a cold or something. I'm not really sure. I also thought it would be fun to have a greenhouse in this house for the vampire to just kind of come in here and actually be able to get some sun without like burning to death, because like that's a little bit of a problem, because then you won't be able to play them anymore and you have to start all over again, and I don't really like doing that. So greenhouse. I also just enjoy having a greenhouse on my builds anyway, because then your Sims can grow crops all year round and not have to worry about like the seasons changing and still not being able to like produce any crops. I also think in the most recent update that they fixed the glitch where plants were just turning back into piles of dirt, which is pretty good. We'll have to see. I haven't really played a whole bunch since the update, so especially with like gardening, I've been mostly focusing on the Home Chef Hustle stuff. So I don't really know anything about gardening right now. And like I said, this is Fledermaus Bend in the vampire world of Forgotten Hollow, and it is a 30 by 30 lot. We do have some lot traits on. We have the on dark ley line as well as a registered vampire layer. It also has great acoustics. I wanted to have, that for the pipe organ that we have in the parlor. Our tester sim today is Diana Strauss. She is a vampire. Her traits are snob, music lover, and romantic. She has the vampire family aspiration, which gives her the domestic bonus trait. She likes violin, pipe organ, and painting, and I'm just realizing that I don't think I actually put a violin or an easel in this build, which is just like an oversight on my part. I have a lot of fun creating occult sims, especially vampires, because I always tend to give them this like just fed look. And what I mean by that is that I give them like really rosy cheeks to make it seem like they, just ate from a sim. This bathroom is just like really, really small. I didn't want to do a whole bunch with it because I don't even remember if vampires need to use the bathroom. I think they might, but it takes like a really long time for their needs to like decay. But I wanted it to be like just very small and kind of out of the way. It is upstairs, which kind of sucks if your sim is like all the way downstairs doing stuff and they have to like run upstairs to go to the bathroom. But like if you have a vampire, they can do like super speed anyway, so it's not like it really matters. I wanted to bring this lovely little purple color outside, so I end up using these flowers from the Romantic Garden Kit. It's got a lot of these like really cool different flowers that I normally don't use, so I thought I would place a bunch of those all around, as well as like a bunch of like ivy plants, like just kind of coming out from the house. I also thought it would just be nice to have these plants out here because Forgotten Hollow doesn't really have a lot of plants or like flowers around. In total, this build was about 102,156 simoleons. But that is just about it for today's video. We're going to jump into the playtesting portion in just a moment, but make sure to hit that like button because it really helps out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I post a couple videos every week, and I'd love to see you all here. I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I'll see you all in the next video. Dag dag.